So I would just like to start off that you did an amazing job on
thank
it.
you.
I'm not just like tooting the horn or anything, but the same feeling that I got from like a Batman Begins, where I was just like, I'm curious to know how the other characters would fit in. I got that same feeling from this movie. So I know, I was wondering like, how would Storm be in this movie? How would Cyclops? That's how much I invested I was into it. Even when I went back to my room, I just stared out the window.
Thinking about it all.
Thinking about it all. And so you did an excellent job
Thank
as a
you.
director. So my question is, to make this universe, or I guess you'd say environment, seems so realistic, what steps did you have to take to ensure that your vision was going to come to light?
Well, you just try and be skeptical in a way. You try and go, how do I strip this movie of all the gloss and pretense? A lot, your results in a movie are very much the results of a process. As you guys know, making the fan films, it's like how you do it affects what you see. So, like simple things like no crazy costumes, no crazy world-changing villains out to destroy a continent, megalomaniac, crazy. Make it look like our world, feel like our world. Shoot on location. A lot of these movies now, they never leave the soundstage. Every background, even walking down the street, is green screen. It's not real looking. It's like it doesn't, there's something, it's slick, you can do crazy shots that you couldn't do out in the world, but there's something fake looking about it all. The whole movie feels like it was kind of made in a laboratory. And we shot on location. We did everything for real. When you're in a diner, you're in a diner. When you're in a convenience store, you're really in a roadside convenience store.
The way it should be.
And the way it should be, but also there's something kind of magic watching like Logan stumble around middle America, with Professor X. The idea that they're kind of on a road trip through the heartland of the country is kind of cool to me.
Yeah, I love the way you orchestrated the father, son, and daughter triangle, and it just kept me so invested. And I love the way that it was fast-paced in a way that there were no slow moments, and it just felt like you were actually reading a comic book. So when those action scenes came, it was like heart racing, and I was clapping, like literally clapping after every scene.
Fantastic.
So my next question would be, film, did you necessarily take on this sequel because you felt like you had more story to tell, or is it because you just, this was the last outing and you just wanted to go for it?
Well, I guess it's the second. It was just that what made us both, Hugh and I, take it on was the fact that we found a story that we felt would change things up in a big way. And my big goal was not just changing what happens, but the tone. I hope that when audiences sit down and watch Logan, they feel like from frame one, this doesn't feel like any superhero movie. Right. X-Men, Marvel, DC, or otherwise, that it feels kind of raw and real, yet still has great respect for these heroes, but at the same time,
for sure.
Good.
And this is more so like one of those fan theory kind of things. So the X-Men comic books play an important role in this film. So just out of curiosity, how many issues of this fantasy X-Men comic books have been around to kind of set maybe how long the actual X-Men have been around?
I mean, my theory writing it was that all of the comics exist, and that the reality is that that some of it happens, some might not happen. Like it's just like all the other sports heroes and movie stars and legends, from Paul Bunyan to Evel Knievel to Muhammad Ali to how much is true, how much is hearsay, how much really happened. Some of it did. We got it on tape. But that when people become legends, and you're making a movie about it, the legend in Twilight, looking back on his own life, they're the only one that can separate reality from fiction.
Well, I think that's my time.
There you go. Pleasure,
You're
man.
such an inspiration.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.